Hi, I'm Exis and welcome back into Hearts of Iron 4 La Resistance. And we're playing on the new beta patch, and today we're going to play as Germany. So let's get started here. And we're playing on Iron Man. So let's get going there, nothing special. Let's just call this YouTube Germany. Perfect, let's go. So this is going to be an episode 0, so we're just going to do all the setup we need to do here. And yeah, let's start off with some construction. Or I can actually start off with the national focuses and talk a little bit about the plan for this series, since we've got the time here. If you want to just jump ahead until we start playing the clock, you can jump to the next episode, because this is going to be all pause. So we're going to start with the Rhineland, of course, and then we're going to go over down to the research slot. We're going to go for some of this and some of this, and do the Anschluss in February 1938. About was the 12th of March in reality, but we're doing it a tiny little bit early, and then it'll be mostly here for the rest of the game. So we're not going to touch this side of the tree at all, we're sticking to the nice and historical side here. And we're going to need to build some factories and stuff here. So we're going to start with building 3 naval factories in Hanover, because it's got a good infrastructure there. We're not going to build any infrastructure, I don't think it's worth it really. I was building in the 80% states to speed up the refinery construction later before, and it just about breaks even, so it doesn't really make any sense. We're also going to build some civilian factories down here in the Rhineland and some military factories in Hessen. And then we'll move over and we'll start building some more naval yards here in Hindpommern, Vorpommern, and some 3 more down here in Franken, before we go over and start building civilian factories again. And then we have Brandenburg, and we're going to build mills over here in Moselland and Oberbayern, and then we're going down back up to here. We're going to be building some more naval dockyards up here, just trying to spread them out into different air zones. Since all the starting ones we have are around this area, we want to spread some of them out that way. And then we'll build some more in Württemberg and Westfalen. So that's for construction for the start of the game. This would probably be most of the construction for the first 2 years, and we keep bumping up the civilians, so we always have some civilian factories going. And we're going to create an agency, the first thing we do, so we actually get that started. This with decisions, I love this button, this is so good. We can just click out all the ones we don't want. We are going to do that one, so let's leave that on. And this is another really nice thing, so we don't need to be informed that we can cancel it. Get back into a normal mode again. So we've got some production going. We're going to reduce that to 6. We need 3 there, just 1 on support artillery, but we're going to need anti-air guns. Let's drag that one up to the top. We want this one here. Let's put 3 on that, 1 on tanks, 1 on there. We're going to have 8 here, 3 there, 2 there. We don't need all of these submarines here. I'm going to go through and just bump them all down to 1. And we're going to do some magic here with our fleets. So we start off with this one and create the 3rd flotille. There we go. Yeah, so we have a good name for it as well. No, we missed one. Wanted to have 3 of them. There we go. Perfect. And we take these, they go there, and they go training. select them all, get them over there. Let's block these 2 ports, they're small. And we want to have these automatically reinforce the 3rd. Submarines are the most fuel efficient way to gain naval experience, and we need a bit of naval experience for this playthrough. We're going to do a tad of naval construction as well. Of course we want this one. If we can go down. And we want to get all these ships out as fast as possible. Actually, we can pull these up ahead of the destroyers as well, since we want our factories to start building those capital ships as soon as possible. And that one can go there. It's not as important as the other ones to get done in time, since we want these finished before, since they require chromium, we want them finished before we start building the Bismarcks, and we need to start building the Bismarcks early 38 if we want to have them in the water anytime soon. These should also just reinforce into the high sea fleet. So we can get these off there. We're not going to build any of those. Can leave those there for now. Put those up there, and that's fine. And we want to change these into the mine icon, just so we get them into correct fleet later. And for the submarines, we don't need to have that one there nor that one there, and I prefer to do it this way. And this of course then is the Type 7A. So we're going to get back to those very soon, and these, and do some small minor adjustments quite early and then add them on. So we'll leave that for now. As for the rest of the fleets, let's take these, create a new fleet, and from here we've also got some. Let's pop them in there. Those can go in there for now. So we've got everything in our main fleet here. Let's move up to Kiel. And as for commanders, we want Lutyens down there, and up here we want a Raider, and here we want Saltwachter. And yeah, okay, so we choose Lutyens here because he's got, we can put concealment on him. That will help keep our capital ship safe from torpedoes. And we're not going to take that one, but this one's really good because it reduces visibility, and that reduces hit chance. And this is going to be, this is all the Type 2 submarines, so the early submarines, and they'll be patrolling mostly in the Baltic and then maybe up in the eastern North Sea and Norwegian coast here, under air cover. So they should be fairly safe. We'll save Dönitz, and we'll have Dönitz for the Type 7As or Type 7s in the North Atlantic, and Bowen for the cruiser submarines down, well, somewhere around here. And Marshall will probably be without a job. And this is our mining fleet, or both mining fleet, and those two should go into there. So we'll use this as a mine fleet and escort fleet if we need to escort anything. It's they're kind of the destroyers that don't have very much good on them. They're okay destroyers, but because they've got the mine laying raids, we might as well use them. For these, yeah, where did they go? Oh, here. For the two Brummer classes, they're also mine laying cruisers. They're pretty worthless as they are, even with a light battery, destroyer light battery. So we're probably gonna refit these into proper light cruisers if we've got the spare naval experience for it. So For everything here, we got our infantry divisions, we got our tank divisions. Let's split this up a little bit more, and let's go back there. And then we've got our motorized, yeah, these can go in one there, and the cavalry can go in there, perfect. And then we've got our mountain commandos. These of course need to be split up a little bit. So, yeah. No, that did not go as I hoped. There we go. Halve them again. There. Take these ones. Halve them. I should learn that shortcut. What is it? S. Good to know. So we'll put them there. This is our border guards with France. And this will be under... Here we'll see. We want Rundstedt here. And I think we want to have Ritter there. And then we go over here. And we'll pop all three of those in there. This is, yeah, modal. Yeah, we want to go in there, but we don't have any command power. So let's save that for another time. And as for commanders under modal, we've got, let's see here, wait, no, what's he called? Witzelben. Wit, yeah. And we've got Heinrichi. And we've got Schultz. Where's this Schultz? There we go. So our infantry ones. These are our tanks. They go under a separate commander. Music feels very, very high today. So let's pop these under Kluge. And here, these aren't very hard. So Manstein, Guderian, Rommel, and Student. So we've got our tank commanders. Student will probably go under the separate field commander that we get from Austria later. And of course, modal's forces, we want some of them up there, and the rest of them we just pop with a shift click command order there, so they'll spread out along the border. The tanks here can be, we just pop them in here for now. They have somewhere to go. And then we need to deploy some troops. So we've got 4 armies of 6. Let's reinforce them up to full strength here in Niederbayern, and we'll have them deploy against Austria and Czechoslovakia. We also want to have 2 more panzer divisions and 3 more cab divisions. We're going to have some more motorized divisions as well later, but we can't add them for now. We get our mountain divisions from Austria, and we're going to train some other things, of course, too. And we're running a little bit short of resources, so let's fix that. Let's choose the Dutch East Indies. We could go Siam, but usually Siam's rubber is bought up by other people who've got better trade relations with them. Dutch East Indies isn't gonna get empty anytime soon, and they're not really gonna hurt us anymore if they have some more sibs for a little while. So we've got our things that we don't really need to know about. We're gonna have to import chromium very, very shortly as well, as soon as those slots start filling up on the battleships, on the Scharnhorst class. So this isn't very hard. We go with the Holy Trinity, as everyone does. It's kind of like the no-brainer. This 4th slot, however, is a little bit hard to choose what we want, because we want something either that we put into production early, or that we won't get research bonuses for later. Normally I'd go the heavy fighter, or because they have a really good range. We can cover the east and north sea, and let's go into air zones. And southern Norway, get very good coverage of southern Norway from Denmark. But with the new patch, we've got, let's go into the reorganize menu. We've got this system. So we're going to be using that instead, and that means we're going to use light fighters, and we're going to have them maxed out in range, which gives them a little bit more than 1,000 kilometers. They'll have about 10 to 15% less efficiency in southern Norway, which should be enough, and the production cost difference should make it worth it. They also don't have the same efficiency covering these two areas or southern England as heavy fighters, of course, but they're good enough, and I want to see how that can play out, because it saves 160 or something, 166 research days on this one. Gets a little bit shorter because we finish this one halfway through. So that leaves us with the one slot with nothing to do with. We could go with the scout planes. We're going to research them a little bit later, because we don't have the factories to produce them at the start anyway. As for the naval stuff, we want to have the battleship armor, but we want to research that with experience, of course. We want to have these, and that's also really good tech to have. We're not going to bother with these. We're not going to find any or look for any submarines, not at the start of the game anyway. We want to have the 1940 submarines, of course, and dual purpose secondary batteries. That's a very long research if we start it now, and we need that for when we put our new capital ships into port or into dry dock. And these are really good, all of these techs. We want naval experience, so this will be after the war starts, when our submarines start churning in naval experience. We're not going to be able to get that one before landing in Norway, but we will get the research bonus for it from the tech tree, or from the focus tree. So naval tech wise, there isn't really anything to do right now. We could start with this one. It will finish, but that's 378 days. That's so long time. We really want the research bonuses for these to start off with, and then to be able to research the rest with army experience. But at the start of the game, our army experience needs to go into our templates. This is another one that's very good to start off with, and we'll want anti-tank guns as well, at least for the invasion of the Soviet Union. Europe should be okay without them. We probably want to have those for the Soviet Union anyway, but we'll start producing these a little bit later. And the same thing with those. As for tanks, we get our research bonuses later. We want these with, we're gonna go for the Wesp and the Flak Panzers to augment our medium tank divisions. So we're gonna take those a little bit later too, with the research bonuses for the Panzer III, of course, and these we just want the design company with. It shortens down to 35 days as well. And the military police battalion would be a very good starting one as well. And probably want to have maintenance companies and logistics later on as well. But we'll see if we get to that. I haven't planned for any of those. So the new armored cars. We could start building these armored cars already now, but I think we'll research these with the research bonus we get from the USSR treaty, and we'll build these instead, because we're going to use these for armored recon. I think that sounds really cool, and I want to use the new stuff, and we're probably going to skip those for the time being, and could start with some of these things as well, because we need to knock them out. But these will get boosts from the infantry design company, so we'll save those for when we've got the research boost to save some research days. So we're gonna start with Marines. We're not gonna build Marines very early, but we want them for the invasion of Norway, and they're also really good for crossing these rivers down here in the Benelux area, Netherlands and Holland and down there. And they're also really good for crossing the rivers up here, because we're going to go for the Molotov River Drop Pact, so we're going to lose all of this territory here. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer slog up to Moscow. So I think that's all we had to do for now. We don't really have anything else to go for. The next thing to do is to start the clock, and as I said earlier, I want to do that in the first proper episode, so we can so people who don't want to see all this setup can skip that. Oh, actually there's one thing more we want to do. We want to set up our Air Force. So we can just we don't have anything that's experienced, so let's just disband them all. That gets all our aircraft back into the reserves. So up here we can put our naval bombers. We can probably put our, down here we can have our transport planes. Gonna see if we can't build some more of those later. Then we want our close air support. We're gonna use, let's take that one for now. This for, we're not just gonna have one type of close air support probably. So leave those as is. And let's split that, let's split that. And we can probably put you up to 100. Yeah, that should be fine. Those can go down. Yeah, they need to deploy first. Let's put them down here then. Actually, let's try something new there. I want to try out this system. So we do 20 there, and we can use this duplicate button, F. That's nice. Or we could have probably put them over to daytime only duty before. So these are going to be sent down into Spain later. We're also going to send some of these here. They can be elite reinforcement priority, put them up to 100. And we'll have our, actually we can probably, yeah, they can stay here where we are in Brandenburg in Berlin. So we've got 400 of these. Let's move them over there. And these are going to be reserved. So they're okay to reinforce with. Let's not do that. There. We've got this new feature. Let's use it. Okay, so I wanted to make exactly the same copies. That was weird. Yeah, let's do it that way. It should reinforce back up. Or does it try to? We'll see when we start if it tries to reinforce up to 100 with the rest of the interwar bombers, or if it tries to, yeah, that'll be fun. And let's use, we can probably have one wing of all of those. Let's put those over to reserves as well, so we only reinforce with those kind of fighters, with obsolete fighters. And this will be perfect for either the Alpine area, probably Czechoslovakia or Eastern Poland. So yeah, that's our dog. Yeah, so we'll call that an episode here, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a bit in the next one.